In a statement issued today about the programmatic agreement, BICE said that, quote, the draft agreement includes measures for access plans, data recovery, curation of artifacts, public outreach, and education projects, end quote. Both We Are Guahan member Levin Camacho and Speaker Judy Wonpat are highly skeptical of this.
Recently, General BICE was saying that DOD was going to stay within its footprint and they weren't going to take any additional lands. And here we are today where he's saying that we're going to try to work out public access to historic property. So, I think it's reasonable for us to be a little bit skeptical about public access when, again, out of his own mouth, he was saying that they weren't going to take any additional land.
A long time ago, they didn't allow families to even go to Sumay Cemetery. And because when this whole talk started again, the military buildup, all of a sudden they're saying, oh, we better really try to be, nice and work with the community and allow the families to go in there because we don't want this to be a problem. So they make a big to-do to go in there, one day in the year.
The programmatic agreement is supposed to outline how DOD will deal with historic and cultural artifacts it impacts during the construction phase of the buildup. The Guam State Historic Preservation Office doesn't agree with DOD's plans, and neither does We Are Guahan.
And in their programmatic agreement, what they say is we'll have someone supervise when we excavate human remains and artifacts, and then we'll send it off to a museum, and we'll print out 100 informational packets about why the site was important. And again, that's not protecting, preserving, and promoting the Chamorro culture. That's getting it off of DOD land so they can build their new schools, their new homes.
BICE also says that DOD will commit in the draft agreement to seek congressional approval to provide additional funds towards the development of the Guam Museum, which would go a long way to help bring this important project to reality. Speaker Judy Wonpat says this project is already well on its way to becoming a reality, and Gov Guam, in fact, found the funds on their own.
Now, they're trying to hang this carrot over here by saying, well, but we're going to find you money now for this museum. Well, thank you, but no thanks, because we did it on our own. We've identified a funding source to be able to fund then this museum.
In fact, the governor recently signed Public Law 30-179 that would allow Gov Guam to borrow money from USDA to build a Guam Cultural Center and Museum. BICE also states that signing on to this agreement does not mean that Gov Guam is endorsing any specific plan for Route 15 ranges.
And if that is the case, then why are they objecting to deleting that in the programmatic agreement? Because if you delete it, then of course we're not going to be talking about Route 15.
Guam Historic Preservation Office has said they're not comfortable with the agreement. They want the public to be involved, and none of that was addressed by General BICE. So we don't think, it may be called a response by JIGPO, but he doesn't respond to any of the major concerns that were raised.